Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to the Martian Shooting Gallery. Maybe I'll win a prize here. Does Doom Guy get his pet rabbit back? Does he get a ticket to Earth? I don't know. I don't know what the prize is. Maybe just like surviving. Because shit sucks on Mars. Man, think about like all the movies, not even games but just movies that happen on Mars, where I mean like 90% of them it's usually something bad. Like either there's something bad on Mars or something bad coming from Mars, or just the act of getting to Mars and or getting back is awful. Like there's no aliens involved, it's just the environment and everything in space, because space is fucking scary. Because it was like Angry Red Planet. That was a pretty interesting old movie. I think it involved a monster. And Space Vampire? I don't remember. I think there was a Martian vampire or something in there. Then you have movies like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I didn't see that movie myself, so I don't know if it happens in the North Pole or if any of it happens on Mars itself. But you know, Martians are assholes. And it's funny, Doom happens on Mars, but there are no Martians. At least I don't think there are. Maybe in this game they show that if Mars has any native inhabitants, because I don't think it does. I think this is all about these monsters coming from hell itself, and Mars is really just a barren planet. Man, I think the movie that most sticks out in everybody's mind for Mars is probably Total Recall. I've seen both of them. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one, infinitely quotable, one-liners all over the place. I mean, it's like, see you at the party, Richter, and all that stuff. Like, he had the most one-liners, I think, in that movie. Maybe only outdone by, like, Commando. I mean, even in Predator, he had a ton of one-liners, but I don't think he had as many as Total Recall. And that happened on Mars. And there were native Martians, and there was a weird facility, and it was about getting oxygen on Mars. But then it was a mind trip because he didn't know if it was all in his head from the recall machine or if it was actually happening. And I think that was very clever. He had that crappy John Carpenter movie, Ghosts of Mars. I think that movie proved that he lost a couple of steps, because in the 80s, like, John Carpenter movies were great. I mean, with the exception of The Fog. The Fog was bad, but The Thing, freaking scary. Like, The Thing was horribly, horribly scary and terrifying and innovative in how he put those visuals together. And then you had fun movies, like Big Trouble in Little China. That was a great movie. That's one of my favorite movies. Escape from New York, obviously a classic. I mean, the movie that inspired the character of Solid Snake came from Snake Plissken, right? And Hideo Kojima, I think, it said as much, and it's obvious that where the inspiration came from. Then you get like into the 90s and the 2000s. Escape from LA was a disappointing film, and then Ghost of Mars, it's not good, and it's not memorable. I barely remember that movie. And when that's bad, when you know you've seen a movie and you're like, what is that about? Then it's like left no impact on you. It's probably bad. And I feel bad because I don't want to insult him, because John Carpenter was a great director, great writer, but I think he lost a step or two when it came to the late 90s, early 2000s, like with movies. Mission to Mars. That was a good one. That was one where shit was scary, and it was just the things happening to the astronauts that was bad. It's like, Mars has horrible storms, space is dangerous, and all this stuff. And then later in the movie, there are Martians. Find out, hey, there are Martians. And it poses existential questions and stuff. So that was an interesting one. I would recommend seeing that. Oh, this is kind of dicey here. I don't know why there's so many soldiers up here. Is this like a barracks or something? Like, everything up here is shooting at me. Holy shit. Mars Attacks. That was an interesting movie. I think that was the type of movie that proved too much star power ruins a film. Like, that movie had every star from the 90s in it. Like, everyone. I swear, like, everybody who was in Hollywood's like, please come be in this movie. It was really a comedy. It was kind of a dark comedy, but kind of bad. Like, I don't remember that movie being very good, and kind of corny. Martians invade, and kind of all this hokey shit happens. And I was kind of disturbed because people die left and right, but it wasn't like War of the Worlds where it was all serious. We got John Carter. I kind of wish that movie had done better. I really do. I really think Disney was trying to make a super franchise. This was before they bought Star Wars, by the way. Before LucasArts or anything, they tried to create John Carter, they tried to create their own Star Wars, and that didn't work out at all. Like, John Carter bombed big time. And it's sad, like, there was way too much CG, the movie kind of looked fake. And when you have that movie where you know everything's in front of a green screen and almost everything you're seeing is fake, it draws you out of the movie, like, it draws you out of the experience. And I think that's my problem with the prequels, Star Wars prequels, was everything was on a green screen, like nothing was real, and that I had a huge problem with that. I think most people did. I know some people liked it. I did not like it. I do like when they do a lot of practical effects where you can. That's why I think, like Chris Nolan movies, he will do that. He will try to make things practical over trying to just throw everything on the green screen. I think I know why these guys are so upset. No, it's because it's obvious Mars needs moms. Anybody remember that movie? And if you don't be embarrassed. I don't think anyone remembers that movie because I don't think anyone saw it. And I think that movie should have been renamed Disney Needs Pixar because, let's be real, the efforts Disney had when the Pixar deal was gonna go south, like they were gonna go their separate ways, and they had Circle 7 and ImageWorks, I think, or ImagineWorks. I don't remember the other studio, ImagineWorks Digital, that did Mars Needs Moms. I think that just proved like Pixar is the heart and soul of those movies. Like those movies weren't just about visuals, right? Like Toy Story and all that stuff. Mars Needs Moms was a total proof that yeah, you could have stunning effects, and if you have a shit story with no heart, then it's gonna fail. It doesn't matter how good it looks. And that movie was on the verge of creepy too, like Polar Express creepy. Although Polar Express probably a better movie. Oh, there's The Martian, right? That just came out with Matt Damon. That was probably pretty good, right? It's just a simple story. That's probably why it was so well received. Astronaut gets stuck on Mars and he's trying to survive. I didn't see it myself, but I probably will. Just Netflix it or something. But I mean, the idea is really simple and it seemed people liked it, so I'll probably check that out. Although I am looking forward to him in the new Jason Bourne movie. Which I'm like, okay, he's back in Jason Bourne. Then what was the last one with Hawkeye? What was the deal with that one? Like, why make a Bourne movie without the character of Jason Bourne? And then now he's back and it's a full-fledged Jason Bourne movie. I'm like, so why didn't you just get him back for the last one? But he's back now, so, you know, we can all rejoice. And they made me work for that one. Oh, here we go. Besides the Martian inspiration, let's pull a little Evil Dead inspiration here. This chainsaw. Sweet, sweet chainsaw. Obviously, somebody at id, even back in the day, saw Evil Dead 2 Army of Darkness, because that's one of Ash Williams' key weapons. And speaking of which, if you haven't checked out Ash vs. Evil Dead, I know it's on Starz, and not a lot of people subscribe to Starz, including myself. I kind of saw it off of other streaming service, but do yourself a favor and watch it. If you're an Evil Dead fan, definitely watch it, because I think it captures the essence of Evil Dead. And they're doing it in such a way that they couldn't license Army of Darkness, unfortunately, because Universal owns the rights to Army of Darkness, so they can't use any of it, which is sad. But what they can do is make tiny references, which they do so well, you know, but without acknowledging that all that stuff happened. Anything post Evil Dead 2 they can't say, which is interesting because I think they can say the time travel stuff or the other things because Evil Dead 2 ended with Ash going back in time, so that's interesting. Like, you basically had to set up for Army of Darkness already at the end of the second movie, so they can probably use it without using anything else, the one-liners or his steam-powered hand or anything else that he had in Army of Darkness. Behind door number 3. More evil guys. I love it how that like locked right behind me. Like, why would the computer lock anything if there's demonic invasions happening all over the place? Like, it makes sense in this weird game logic, but it doesn't make sense overall. Like, everywhere on this planet is hell pouring in, right? So demons are invading all over the place, and they can obviously appear anywhere. So locking the doors wouldn't matter because they're just teleporting in. Doors affect me because I can't get out. Normal people can't get out, which is what probably created this problem in the first place. Imagine you were just like going to the bathroom, all of a sudden the bathroom locked, and it's like demonic invasion in progress, and you're like pooping. What are you gonna do? Now you're locked in the bathroom, and demons can murder you or possess you or whatever. You're screwed. So that's probably what happened to everybody on this base. The stupid doors locked. It's like the dumbest reason to lock the doors ever. It's like the demons don't need the doors. They can just get in anywhere. They're teleporting in from another dimension. I kind of wish there was a way to like enhance your fists. I know there's probably the berserk power up, but that was in the old game. But you have upgrades for your weapons and your suit, but I didn't see an upgrade for like your melee attack, right? Which is key. Like, you can hit guys, but they don't really get staggered. So you have to shoot them to stagger them, but you should be able to at least stagger them somewhat. Like, even if you don't stagger them permanently with the gun butt, like, it should get them out of your way so you could escape. See, they crowd you, and it's like, okay, I want to get out of here, but I don't want to waste bullets doing it because it's hard to find them. Got the card here. Oh, I disturbed his nap. Go back to sleep. I'll take that. Go ahead and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel for more. Give us a like. That helps a lot. And share the video. That helps if you get more of your friends watching or whatever. And I'll see you next time.